Hi everyone, it's Mandy with 2 E's. You've come to the show Simply Rent It, which is also the name of my business. I am your professional licensed rental consultant who has a deep passion for helping landlord investors save time, gain knowledge, and reduce risk without having to spend a ton of money hiring a full-time property manager. On this show, you'll learn all the tips and tricks you need for your investment property journey. Today, I just wanted to cover a few more things that you should probably be keeping in mind for COVID-19 going forward, and maybe some worries and things that might be on your mind, because I know they're on my mind. So let's just get into it. I wanted to talk first about your leads and what is happening to your rental leads and how to move forward with them. So if you're anything like me, I'm helping an investor currently try to rent a house for August, and I was getting several leads. I was doing showings. I was about to get it closed in, and all of a sudden the university shut down, and then schools came next, like public schools and restaurants, and now we're doing social distancing. With the university shutting down, they also closed their dorms, and many of those people ended up having to go back to their hometown to live with their parents until they opened the dorms back up. So a lot of the traffic of people who were looking for places to rent next year have kind of just halted. A lot of people are concerned about what's happening. They're not really sure how long we're needing to be self-quarantined, and how long all of this will last. There's not a lot of certainty going on out there. So I think that plays a huge deal in the leads and what's happening to those leads. People are going to need a place to rent next year, so I don't think you should completely be 100% concerned with it, but it is something to be concerned about. Having the leads just kind of halt is quite frightening, especially if you're trying to do this on your own. So just hang in there. Just know that it's going to take longer than even what it was going to take before. And once the economy gets back to where it was, and that might take a little while, but once restaurants open back up and events start happening again and the college opens back up, all those leads will start coming in again. You may get a few here and there, and that's what I want to cover next. So if you are getting some leads that are coming in still for your property, that's fantastic. Definitely don't shoo them away because we're doing social distancing. Take advantage of every opportunity that comes your way. And, if you have tenants that are currently living there, I think you need to discuss with them that we're going to have to be doing virtual tours. It's a very high possibility, and discuss if they have any concerns with their personal items being shown. Talk it over with them, see if they can put those items away. Maybe not, show a specific room very long, or certain items, just kind of shy away from those. But the key here is to have 100% communication with your tenants going both ways. So to protect yourself, you want to make sure that you're asking the tenants that live there how they're feeling, how they've been feeling, if they've traveled anywhere, if they think they've been exposed before you enter the home, and that's to protect yourself. If you end up doing an in-person showing, I would suggest not shaking hands, carrying hand sanitizer if you're able to get any. If not, wear some gloves. Even if they're just winter gloves, it's better than nothing. Wash your hands when you get done as soon as you can. Wipe down your phone. Just kind of sanitize everything that you can that you think you might have touched. And just, be cautious. And make sure that if you are doing an in-person showing, that you're asking that person the same kind of questions that you would ask your tenants about how they're feeling and their health and everything like that. So that way you're not exposing yourself and those tenants to a potentially sick person. And I think it's really important, if you don't know how to do a virtual tour using FaceTime, Skype, Google Hangouts, Zoom, a platform like that, It's important that you Google it, Google the steps. There's plenty of YouTube videos out there that will go through the process and tell you exactly, how to use those platforms and how to add a person and get the conversation going. But when you are doing a virtual tour, it's really important that you're asking the person if they can see what you're trying to show them. And it's also important that you ask them what's important for them to see, so that way you're showing them what they need to see, and you're showing it to them at the best of your ability. So showing it to them from afar and then zooming in for them, and when you end your tour, just making sure that they saw everything that they needed to see is really important for a virtual tour. Turning on all the lights is a really good idea. Lighting is important when you're doing video. As you can tell, I'm in my 3-season porch again, which has lots of natural lighting, which is awesome for video, but when you're inside, you're not going to have natural light everywhere. So if you can just turn on all the lights that you can, that will be very helpful for your videos. Also a good tip for taking marketing photos. I always try to turn on all the lights that I can and get as much natural lighting in the room as possible, so that way people can see the room in the best lighting. And going forward, if you're doing full-time property management yourself as an owner, you may just want to be doing emergency maintenance only right now until all of this kind of blows over. Having your tenants submit their rent online if possible, or mailing you checks, so you're avoiding that contact there. So those are really good things to keep in mind to protect yourself and to protect your tenants. And just communicate. I can't say that enough. It's so important to communicate your expectations and what's going to happen moving forward. And if you don't communicate, there's just going to be so much frustration on both sides, because you'll be expecting something and they'll be expecting something else, and it just gets really frustrating. So I think especially with maintenance, you want to make sure your vendors are being safe as well, if you're using professional vendors, if you have a maintenance staff, and making sure everybody's taking safe precautions that way as well. So that's just what I wanted to cover for this video today. I might do a few more videos, just kind of playing it by ear, seeing what all the updates are doing for COVID-19 and how the leads kind of play out going forward, if they're going to pick up at all within the next week or not. I'll still be doing market updates every month, so stay tuned for April's. It's coming soon, and I hope that everyone is staying safe and healthy, and I post new videos every Friday. So until then, I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.